Hey guys, look at this beautiful morning. We are in the new city, Kunming city, and it's time to start a new day. I have a coffee. Unfortunately, my female companion from China is still sleeping. Let's wake her up. Let's go to wake up the monster. It's time to get up. So she finally got up, but now we have other problem because there's nothing to eat in China. So I decided to bake something. Here is the dough already prepared, and I will bake today cinnamon chocolate rolls. Alright people, my rolls are ready. Now we have to bake them. Look out. And just like that, my rolls are ready. Let's take them out. Look at this people. Oh, it's so hot. Finally some good freaking food in China. The parasite is already eating. Finally, we were able to get out from the house. Finally, we are going to visit some nearby village today. The village is few kilometers away, so we have to drive there. And this is how we get there. We borrow electric scooter. We use the scooters all the time, and they are great and they are cheap. And although they are supposed to be for one person, we always drive together. Not only we, many other people too. Let's go. We are driving. And as it is common and desired to follow the local rules, we are going against direction.
Which is not recommended.
We will film a little bit of traffic. We are on the edge of the city, so traffic is not very dense here, but still, it's quite interesting, you know, driving in China. Let's go. So I have to tell you guys, before I came to China, I thought that driving on the streets here is a suicide. And it's not. I like it actually. It's a little bit chaotic, and many drivers are really, I would say, ignorant. They don't pay attention to other people on the street, but somehow it works. Now we don't really know how many accidents are in China and how many casualties, because you know how it is. There are no good statistics from China, not reliable statistics, but we actually saw few small crashes, and we even took part in some very tiny, not even crash, but you know, collisions. Once we were driving a taxi and the taxi driver collided with other car, and once on the scooter, this type of scooter we were driving, and when we stopped on the red light, the woman hit us from the back. It was quite funny. And once we saw even very serious collision. So things are happening, but fortunately nothing happened to us yet. And it's a great fun and very convenient, very fast to drive the scooters. And just like that, we arrived to our village. We're not yet in our village. We still have to walk for a few minutes, and we have to cross the river. You know, guys, that you are out of the city when there's no bridge to cross the river. But that cannot stop us. People in China can handle this type of situations, like in the medieval times. We arrived to our village, and you know that you are in the Chinese village when you can see such a mess of wires and cables. Excellent. Are we going?
Yes.
Let's go. We have to pass, we don't have to pass through the village, but we will, to show you the tiny streets and ruined buildings and shops on the street. It will be nice. How often you go to Chinese village? How often you visit places like this?
Not very often. I live in a city and I spend most of my time in the city. There are everything what I need. There's no need to come to the village. However, once in a while I come to the village to have a fun. So it is like an attraction for the people who live in the city to come to the countryside to live a life like they haven't
Live a life,
never
to
have
see
a
the
chance
life.
to
There is
to experience.
huge difference, like incredible difference in the lifestyle between the city life and the village life in China. So I do have to admit, it's very interesting. It's very different than in Europe where I am from, when of course there are villages there, but life in the village in Europe is considered to be exclusive because people have huge homes, gardens, they are close to the nature, and and they have money, they have cars, they have everything. Now in China there are houses which can be also big. People have cars. The nature part is questionable because there's a lot of pollution. I think we can go already there.
Yeah.
But it's not exclusive. It's not very rich. It's quite poor in many cases. Yes,
Yeah.
people may have some, of course, savings, some money. There are some people who, for sure, are even rich. But generally, well, just take a look around. To begin with, what I've spotted immediately when we came here, there is some type of a sewage. There's no sewage system really in this village. This water which you can see flowing here, it's a water from the showers, from washing dishes, and I'm not sure if the toilet water is here. It could be as well. And the houses are very, very mixed. Some of them look big and quite nice. The others are ruined. The streets are no streets. These are just walking paths. And we are like in the maze and we don't even know where we are. Look at this. Danger, the house can collapse. So we came to some type of, I think we cannot pass, but take a look at this, guys. We passed through this village a few times, but through other streets, other paths, and we never been exactly here. Look at this ruined house, beautiful. Now this is why we came to the village, to see things which are so unusual.
And this village is very close to the city, so the people kind of richer than many other villagers who live in the literally living in the mountain, in the forest.
Yeah. And this was a big property in the past. I can only imagine right now, looking at these ruins, but it looks like it was a big, big property. Nice. Let's go. Let's find the road going through the village. Wow, I'm impressed. Okay, we came back to the main street, and as we walk we see a lot of small shops. What do they sell? Here is alcohol.
Yes.
And here is dumpling place or something like this, baozu. The main street is just on the edge of the village. And here is a barber shop. Surprisingly, second barber shop I saw already here, and second shop which is busy, there are clients there. Here is some type of scooter shop, construction material shop, general materials for home shop. That is actually interesting thing in China, that there are so many small shops still. In the West, we have these huge supermarkets, huge shopping malls, but much less smaller shops and much less, small local restaurants. Many people complain about this. In China, it is still very present. So many small places for people to buy things or to get some service. Dinner. What are these things? What are these decorations? Is it going to be used during the Spring Festival? What's going on?
Actually, I have never seen this kind of things before.
Look at that, look at that. Some purple thing there. What
This
is-
must be decoration at home.
So earlier we were talking about the crashes and safety of the traffic in China. So clearly, as you can see, there was some serious crash here. Check it out. There is a dinner here. We got a little bit farther out of the village, and of course immediately we found some graves. But this time something very unusual, because that is a Muslim grave. There are of course a lot of Muslim minorities in China, and depends on the period of time they are more or less, oppressed. But here we have another proof. There are Muslim people living here. What is written? Because the shape is Muslim, some symbols are Muslim, but there's also Chinese writing. What is going on?
The God forgive you. And the Quran book, their Bible,
Quran.
Quran will teach their children and to protect the children to be prosperous.
What is written on top there?
This I don't know what it is.
Okay, we need our Arabic-speaking viewers to translate what is written here. In fact, there are several graves here, and all of them are Muslim graves. So this looks like maybe there was some small village for Muslim minority, or maybe all the people from the area were not allowed to bury relatives with the normal Han Chinese, so they make this small Muslim cemetery. Interesting anyway.
And they have Han people's tradition to be this tomb, right?
Yeah, it's a mix,
Yeah.
because the graves are, in the appearance, in the shape, although they are squared,
Yes, square.
not circular, but they are very similar to a Chinese traditional graves with Muslim accents. Very nice mix of cultures. Look what is happening here, people. Burglary, breaking in, disrespect of the private property, criminal offense. You look quite satisfied with yourself after committing a crime.
This is not a crime.
Well, we had to break in here to see this special attraction. What is going on here? It's a special tomb, some grave of somebody important.
Yes, he was a very important person in Yuan dynasty. He was born in Uzbekistan, traveled to China and became an officer in government. And he governed the local here in Kunming. He did a lot of good things for the local people.
Okay.
And that's why local people loved him and make him a special place and special tomb to memorize him.
Does
here.
he have a name?
Yes, his name is Zhan Si-ding.
So he is
Is
also a Muslim guy. He was a Muslim guy, yes, from Uzbekistan. It makes sense. So maybe that explains why there are so many other Muslim graves around. Maybe they're just people who were from the Muslim minorities. They wanted to be buried close to this very important person.
Yeah, so he was born in 1210 and he died at 1279.
Okay. And now the local government closed the entrance to this memory site. So that's why we have to break in. They wrote on the outside gate that whole place is under renovation, but as you can see, there's no renovation here at all. They just don't want Chinese people to come and see this guy.
Minority.
Yes, because it was, a minority person from outside of China who did something good for China and it's not aligned with the current policy. Hard to say, but we came anyway. Choo 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 choo. Choo 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 choo. Look at that, guys. We have found some abandoned factory. This is some storage area just under the roof. Look how huge this place is. And on the right side there is a building with some rooms inside. We will try to go there in a moment. It looks like the entrance is here. Let's try to get there and see what left from this factory. Oh, it's quite much darker here. Come on.
Ooh. What is your guess? What factory is this?
I have no idea. It's completely dark on the camera. I cannot even guess what could it be. It looks more like a big storage place more than the factory. There is a second level of this place, but we didn't see any stairs yet. Certainly there is some space up there. Wow. Well, regardless what it was, and we don't see much left yet, it is interesting place and unexpected to see.
Not even homeless people.
No. Somewhere on the hill between the fields, suddenly there is a big facility, forgotten and abandoned. What did you find? What is it?
I don't know what is it. It's interesting plant, a flower.
This is a flower. There are bees collecting the pollen. What could it be? It's some type of palm tree or whatever.
When the flower blossom, it looks like that.
It looks like that.
The whole stem is very thick, and on top of the stem is a huge flower.
Yes, we can see that.
I bet that you have never seen this before.
Neither you.
Yeah.
We are back in the village, and I think we should shortly say where we are actually, because I don't think that we announced it properly. We are in the south of China now, in the Yunnan province.
North.
South of China.
South of China. Yes.
In the Yunnan province, in the city called Kunming, right?
Yes.
City which is called in China a forever spring city. And indeed the weather is quite okay. It's warm, it's even hot. I think we can pass there.
This is a winter, proper
or maybe
winter.
we come there. It's really a maze in this village. So I wanted to talk with you a little bit more so you can see behind us the whole area as we're passing by, how it really looks like. It's quite interesting, and it's actually hard to film. In any case, so this is your home city, city of forever spring, Kunming. Do you remember any really harsh, really cold winter here? Because it's really hot. Like, look at this, I'm in the t-shirt. Every day is 20 degrees except of few days when it's warmer, like today it's 22 degrees in the shadow. So it's perfect, like for the winter it's really nice. But last year we've been here and there were several days when it was quite cold. There was even a snow for 2 days. Temperature was close to zero, like it should be in the winter. In any case, although it's a very south of China, we are also quite high in elevation, 2,000 meters above the sea level. So, answer my question. Do you remember any cold winter?
Since I was born, there are no more than 5 times of snow, if I remember correctly.
And one time was last year.
It was very small.
Oh, so
Pretty
that doesn't
much
count.
nothing.
There's a path there. I think we can go there.
Pretty much nothing.
Okay,
And
so
the coldness comes from that there are few days in winter which are very cold, and Kunming people are not prepared for the coldness. We have no heating system at home, so we have to wear a lot of clothes, sit at home, or hide in the kit. So that was a cold experience. But actually, it's nothing like can compare to the north part of China. The temperature.
Even the central part of China where we normally live, in Nanjing city, where Nanjing is, like a North Africa or Florida in America. So it's normally, it's part of the China which is considered to be already warmer part. And indeed during the summer period of time, it's incredibly hot, but the winters are cold. That's why we came here.
Yes, we come here to spend a warm winter here. However, inside the house make people feel cold.
Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. I am surprised, now, even very surprised that there is no rain at all for so many days already. The sky is clear blue sky like you see behind us right now. Not even a clouds. Like maybe 2 days ago there were little clouds. Besides of this, nothing, and no rain. And I think the whole winter season is dry season here.
That's what I'm proud of.
Proud of?
Yes, no matter where I go, I always think about the blue sky in my hometown city.
Yeah, because in China, in the north of China, in the central China, when there's more industry, the pollution, especially in the past, was always a serious problem, and it's not so easy to see a blue sky. In Nanjing city, in the last years, it's not bad really. It's much better, and there are many days with a nice weather, with a blue sky, or even nice clouds. But here, it is actually really incredible. What did you say? What is this place?
This is a private clinic.
Clinic of what?
Just when you are sick, you come to see the doctor here.
So like a first contact doctor, yes?
He's a specialist of everything.
Good. And you said that there's even more interesting place here.
Yeah, you can buy sexual equipment of adults here.
This writing here?
Yeah.
What it is written exactly?
Adults products.
Adult products. It's a brothel. People can come
but
for
you
prostitutes.
cannot see everything. You have to ask, I guess. You have to ask and they will show you.
Okay, so there's everything in the village. Even the brothel.
Not broader. Not broader. No, it's just equipment like condoms and other,
No, it's always, you don't know. It's always called like this, like a adult shop. It's always called like this. Okay, guys, this is the end of our visit in this village. Now we have to find a scooter and drive home. Okay, guys, we are back on the streets of China on our rental scooter, and it's still wonderful. The traffic is a little bit more dense now in the afternoon, so we will film for a moment. You can see for yourself how it really looks like and whether it's dangerous and exciting to drive in China or it's completely normal. I really like driving on these scooters. When we were in Poland, we were driving bikes, normal bikes, but We were driving mostly in the, in the forest, somewhere in the nature, on the fields, to avoid cars and city traffic because it's, it's not comfortable and it's not so safe. But here in China, well, it's completely different story. The scooters are just the most convenient, the fastest way of transport in the city on relatively short distances. When we borrow the scooter, we drive for not more than 20 minutes, hardly ever. But sometimes it happens a few times that we're driving more than half an hour, and it was closer to 15 kilometers. So it was quite a lot actually. And what do you think? You were driving before I came to China, you were also driving on some scooter, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I drove scooter to my work.
But now when we are driving together, it's really, really often and quite intense, isn't it?
Yes, it is a different experience. Back then I was driving by myself. Now I am the passenger. So the trip is definitely more exciting
Yeah.
because you drive quite dynamically.
Yeah.
So I'm very nervous.
You are
constantly.
nervous?
Yes.
Come on.
When we were in Poland and you drive the car and you drive follow all the rules. But now in China, it looks like all the rules of Europe doesn't exist anymore. We have Chinese rule.
There is a period of time when in Poland I worked as a delivery person. I delivered small packages and I was driving on bike in the city, in Krakow. And I was driving exactly the same on bike in the city as I'm driving here on the scooter. You just have to drive fast from place to place, and bike or scooter allows you to, well, not to break the rules. I'm not saying that we should break the rules, but to be flexible and effective in driving in the city traffic.
But the cars, oh my God.
Why he stopped? Jesus, like animal, like the deers. They always stop in front of the car.
Okay.
So we are almost at home. And it's wonderful. So quick, so comfortable, and in the beautiful weather like it is here, sunny, 20 degrees. It's just a pleasure. I really, not only it's convenient and fast, but it's also much bigger pleasure to drive a scooter. I prefer it much more than to drive a bus or to drive a metro, or even I prefer more than to drive a taxi or car, seriously. As long as it's good weather. And we almost arrived. Now we are parking. That's it, we go home. We are back at home, and I am back at work in kitchen. Cooking in China never stops, especially when you want to eat something tasty. Alright guys, after a whole day of attraction, I have to cook again. Can you imagine? I started my day with cooking and I end with cooking. And you know why? Because if you want to eat something good in China, you have to do it like in Europe. Take a look. Our dinner is almost ready. Take a look what I did. I fried the chicken breast. Now I put some cheese on top and it will go to the oven. A dinner unknown in China. Behind camera there's a Chinese person. Do you like this dinner? Because you already tried this. I did it earlier, didn't I?
Yes, I liked it very much.
Is it better than anything else in China?
Hard to say.
That means yes. We will be back in a few minutes. Are you ready? Check it out. That's how the chicken looks for today. And the whole dish looks like that. Typical Chinese dinner, isn't it? let's eat. So this is the end of our day. Day which was pretty much organized around cooking. At least there was a good food today. So
Goodbye.
see you next time.